They prosecuted that pretty effectively. The question is, why did they wait till the 10th debate? Why did they wait 10 debates and for Donald Trump to be so far out ahead?
Chris Cuomo has Donald Trump. Let's listen in. Chris, you're on.
All right. Well, here we are, Mr. Trump. You were in the middle of the stage tonight. It seemed like at times it was 2-on-1, that your head was on a swivel with Rubio and Cruz coming at you.
Well, they were coming. I mean, they're doing very badly in the polls. The new Bloomberg poll just came out before the debate where they're way down, I mean, really down. And so they're politicians that want to get elected, but they are doing badly. And I think CNN did a very good job, but I think they had a lot of focus on the three in the middle, and maybe that's the way it should have been. I don't know. But I was very happy. I thought it was great. I thought it was exciting, and I thought it was great.
What did you think of that dynamic of having to take both of them on? Did you feel that?
Fine. I've dealt with the toughest people in the world over my lifetime, and I've dealt with much tougher. I think that it was fine. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed the debating process.
What do you think that brought out for the voters tonight, to your advantage?
Well, I think they see that I'm a guy that can handle people. I mean, I've never done this before. I create jobs. I've created great companies, and a really great company. And I think it shows what you're made of. I think it's really a good test. But I enjoy the process. I've actually enjoyed every single debate.
During that debate, as it was going on, Marco Rubio started on his website selling watches as a pretend gimmick to say that they were watches that would have been yours or you would have been selling, but they're just donations for him. It was a quick response.
Well,
during the actual debate, what do you make of the move?
The problem with Marco, he's a choke artist. He chokes, and he did it in front of Chris Christie. I've never seen anything like that. I was standing right next to him. I look over, I say, "Are you okay?" I mean, it looked like he just came out of a swimming pool. He was soaking wet. And he kept repeating himself.
He tried to use that on you tonight.
No, but I didn't do any repeating. I mean, I just say what's needed. I didn't do that. But he really, we can't have a choke artist. One thing I've learned from sports, I was actually a very good athlete. When you're a choker, you're always a choker. We can't have that. We can't take any chances in this country.
How long, now that you're starting to get the votes in and you're at the top, do you think that people should start thinking about leaving this race?
I think so, but, it's not for me to say. I would say that a few of them maybe should. And, Marco, I'm 20 points up on him in Florida, right? And with Cruz, I'm even. It seems the last polls I'm even in Texas and winning every other state. Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be over fairly quickly, and I don't think there's going to be a convention.
It seemed like Senator Rubio was more intent to going at you directly tonight than even Senator Cruz. Why do you think that was?
That's true. I was a little surprised by it, but I liked it. I thought it was fine. But
did he show you a toughness that you didn't see against Christie?
No, I think it was the same basic person. But he's a meltdown guy. I mean, I'm looking at him. He's pouring sweat. I've never seen anything like it. I don't know what the problem is, but he's just pouring down sweat. We have to have somebody that doesn't sweat. I mean, we need somebody that when they walk into Putin's office or Putin walks into our office or the Chinese come to deal with us, that we know what we're doing. We need somebody that doesn't have whatever that is that he's got.
Now, online, there was an interesting observation. I want to see if you share it, which is that sometimes you like to use tough language about people, certainly in tweets, as we know. But tonight they said you weren't doing it, that you were doubling down on your positions and trying to argue on a policy level more than a personal level. Was that intentional?
So. And I think it was intentional because I'm leading by so much. Honestly, it got me here. That attitude got me here. But now it's time, and I'm very focused on policy. Look, I'm somebody that went to the best college and I got very good marks. Policy's very easy. But when I started off with 7 we had a total of 17 people. We're now down to 5. That got me there, but now I think I have a little bit of a different attitude.
Do you think that the race is over for the nomination?
No, I never say it's over. It's not over till it's over, as our friend would say, right, Yogi? But I think we're doing really well. I love that Bloomberg poll. It did many of the southern states, and we're just leading by tremendous numbers.
Do you think when you're standing on that stage tonight, specifically, as you said, it was a focus, somewhat of a three-man dynamic tonight?
I thought it was very unfair, I must tell you, to Ben Carson and to the governor. I thought it was really pretty unfair because they weren't asked very many questions. And, they are the final 5. And I actually thought Ben in particular was treated unfairly. I don't think he was asked enough questions. It wasn't right.
Well, a little bit of it was obviously what the players decide to do, right? When two of them decide to start using their energy and you're talking about each other, that's what happens.
I think he had a right to be upset, but that's up to CNN. But and the same is true, I think, with Kasich. But I just enjoyed it. I had a good time. I was in the middle of it. and I really enjoyed the process. I love the process, and I actually like debating.
They came at you tonight about something that's in the news right now that really is at your control, which is the tax returns.
Yeah.
Mitt Romney, during the debate, was bringing it up again. You could show him in a second if you want to. Why is Trump delaying?
Well,
what do you say?
Let me explain about Mitt. You know, Mitt is a guy who was a horrible candidate. He lost a race that should have been won, and it should have been won easily, and I don't know what happened. He, disappeared the last 2 months. But when Mitt gave his tax returns, just so you understand, it was about 6 months from now in 2012. It was 2012. It was exactly September 21st. And that's when he gave his tax return. We're in a different world. So, you know, Mitt is just trying to remain relevant. Nobody's talking to him much anymore. He got some publicity today. But the one problem I have is that I'm always audited by the IRS, which I think is very unfair. I don't know, maybe because of religion, maybe because of something else, maybe because I'm doing this, although this is just recently.
What do you mean religion?
Well, maybe because of the fact that I'm a strong Christian and I feel strongly about it, and maybe there's a bias.
You think maybe you get audited for being a strong Christian?
You see what's happened. I mean, you have many religious groups that are complaining about that. They've been complaining about it for a long time.
So I've had the ones that aren't audited. Just seems like an easy answer for you.
No, I can't do that. I can't do that. We have to put it together in a very unified way. They all relate to each other. I don't know if you saw the picture I have, where I have almost 1,000 pages.
Big stack of paper.
The ones from previous relate to the ones later, and it doesn't make sense unless they're all related.
You know what you would do with this issue if somebody else had it? You'd say, what are you talking about? The tax returns, just put it out. He doesn't want to put them out.
Nobody that's under a regular audit. I mean, it's just a regular audit. I did almost every year. I think for 12 years, 10 years, 12 years, I get audited. Nobody would ever put out their returns that's under an audit. It's very unfair that I'm audited all the time. And by the way, I always pass the audit. I've always passed the audit.
Why wouldn't you put them out because you're under audit, just so people understand?
Of course you don't put it out. You're in the midst of negotiating and talking to the IRS. You never put it out. You would never do that. Your lawyers would never allow you to do that. It's a very simple audit. I think it perhaps will go fast and perhaps it won't. And when it's complete, you got them. I love it. But I think until that audit is done, certainly you wouldn't do that.
Do you think that people tonight got a chance to see the best that those two senators could bring to you and your ability to handle it? Is that, you think, the headline?
I don't know if they were good, bad, or indifferent. I didn't think they were very effective. But again, that's me talking. I think I handled it very well. I knew it was going to happen. I mean, here I am standing in the middle. I knew it was going to happen. I just enjoyed it. I thought it was a great debate.
Did you anticipate both of them coming at you that way?
Yes, I did. I really anticipated it. I was prepared for it. I thought it would happen. They're desperate. I mean, what are they going to do? They're losing by massive amounts. Rubio hasn't won anything. Ted won Iowa, and that's under suspicion because of what he did to Ben Carson. So, you know, I mean, and he's lost very badly since then. I mean, I am leading with evangelicals. I'm leading with men, with women. I'm leading with everything. So he's under a lot of pressure. Hey, look, they're politicians. They're under a great deal of pressure.
Have you heard anything from former Mexican President Vicente Fox?
Well, I think he should apologize for his foul mouth. I think it's a disgusting thing that he said. And I could tell you, I would not use that word. But if I did use that word, I probably wouldn't have even been allowed on the stage tonight.
You do understand there's a touch of irony in that, though, that you're saying to someone for using foul language.
I mean, I don't know what the problem is, but I think he should apologize to a lot of people that heard that word. That was I heard it this afternoon. I couldn't believe it.
How do you feel after tonight?
I feel great. I mean, I think we're doing so well. I think the debate was really one of my best debates, considering the fact that I was being hit from all sides.
It's best to be tested, though, right?
It was a good test. It was really a good test. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. And now I go down and I guess I speak to other people other than you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chris. Take care of yourself.
Good luck, Mr. Trump.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Back to you, Anderson.